Welcome back to another episode of the Armchair Pundits podcast. And we are doing another episode that is not league related. We are doing Champions League. No, I'm joking. We are doing Ballon d'Or. Who will win the Ballon d'Or this year? Guys,
Mate, I don't know.
it's not an easy one this time.
For
There's
you,
no
maybe.
standout, I don't think.
For you, maybe. But
Is there a stand? Do you have a standout?
There's no standout player.
Yeah, I don't
There
think
isn't a
there's
standout player. I think that
apart from Salah. Go on. So that's tip of the tongue.
Domestically, yes. Domestically, he's going to win the PFA stuff. Yes, he's going to have that. But he ain't getting Ballon d'Or. I think it's just going to come down to the Champions League. Really.
I do.
And I think it's going to be.
Should it though?
No, I don't. I think it should come down to like the player that has been the most impactful over the season in all competitions, though.
Yeah,
but not just like lighting up the. It's never. I don't think it's ever really been a player that's won the Ballon d'Or that just lit up his league domestically. Because that's not enough.
Let's look at the players and we'll take certain players one by one and we'll give our views on whether they should or shouldn't, or their merits.
Mm-hmm.
So the guy who's considered the front runner, Ousmane Dembele, he's got a trophy pedigree. He led PSG to a historic quadruple: Champions League, Ligue 1, Coupe de France, and Trophy de Champions. Finally delivering the Champions League to them. Stats: 33 goals, which is the stat compared to what he's done previously.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
That's ridiculous, yeah.
15 assists, named the Champions League Player of the Season, Ligue 1 Player of the Season, and he's been backed by Mbappe. He said, "I vote for Dembele." Ronaldo's
he would do his French counterpart.
Yeah, and Kanate's backed him as well.
But no one cares what Kanate thinks.
Of course we do. Kanate is a potential great. But the narrative around him is he used to play PlayStation at night instead of going to bed on time. He didn't eat right, which caused his injuries, and he had an epiphany all of a sudden. I think the Xavi was the start of it, if I'm being honest.
Mm.
He woke up on the Xavi and then left, and he's now on his redemption arc. Do you think that what he's done is enough?
I think also, just to caveat some of the stuff that was said, I also think the missing thing is the fact that he was playing under the shadow of Mbappe last season. So it's almost come out of his shadow this season. So you can see that, for me personally, watching him last year, I feel like there was a lot of glimpses of his greatness then. But I feel like, obviously, where Mbappe was the focal point, he didn't really get to express himself. You're seeing that now. And boy, do they have a good team. Oof. So for him to stand out for me in a team of real top performers, at least for this season, mate, he deserves it, without a doubt. He's the front runner for a reason.
Do you know what? He didn't score in the Champions League final. I think he still could have got mad in the match.
100%.
He was good.
He was cold. Good. And he, like, I'm not gonna front. I don't really watch League On. I don't know many people that do. Maybe like the dedicated football fans do, but boy, maybe not so much. I ain't got that much life minutes. But like in the Champions League, when you have watched him, he has been performing. Like, I know they started off rocky, but once they got him going,
he's unplayable.
They were flying, man, and like how he allowed whether it was Doué or Barcola or Skeller to play when he drops deeper into midfield and stuff like that, just laying off neat little balls, little flicks, not just for the sake of doing flicks, but flicks that are working and little touches and stuff like that. Yeah, he was amazing in the Champions League, man.
Yeah,
he got 8 Champions League goals.
Very consistent. Very consistent, bro. Like, you've got.
Yeah, but you know what it is? I don't. It's, like, I get that he got the goals and stuff like that, but I also think it was down to his performances as well. I think there are games where he might not have got a goal, or the goal was the icing on the cake, really.
Brother, he got 8 goals and 6 assists. So that tells you what it is in the Champions League. And I'm sure 2 of them came in the final. The assists.
Two assists came in the final. He got a hat-trick against, was a minor. But you look at it, Liverpool, he scores the goal to win at Anfield.
Yeah.
Aston Villa, he scores a goal in both legs. So he gets assist in both legs. Arsenal, he scores the only goal at the Emirates. So you look at, they've gone to the Emirates and won 1-0, he scored it.
Yeah.
They've gone to Anfield and won 1-0, he scored it.
Yeah.
So,
and you could argue all his goals were half decent as well, James. Like they were all kind of good goals, very good goals. And some of them were goals that he just created himself, literally.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But I think sometimes it's, I think, as you said about, like, does it have to be the person that wins the Ballon? I mean, wins the Champions League that wins the Ballon d'Or? I think like performances have to be taken into consideration as well, and he has had some good performances in the Champions League this season.
Yep.
But
Dembele for president.
On the flip side,
side
of that,
sorry. Also, there is his redemption arc as well, because this season he had disciplinary issues as well when he was
got dropped.
He got dropped. Yeah. And then he's kind of switched it around. So
you need me kind of thing.
I think he's done that. He's for all my Dragon Ball Z people. He's Gohan, isn't it? He's fulfilled his potential because he looked like it was always there.
Yeah, I like that. That's a hot take right there.
Okay, so on the flip side, because as people have said, and as you've said, should the winner win the Champions League? But then you got to look at the dark horse. Well, dark horse or number 2 in the race, Lamine Yamal.
Hey,
the teenage phenom. Listen, individual brilliance.
Mate. 18
goals, 25. This guy is 17. 18 goals, 25 assists for Barca. Done the domestic double. Plus a stunning brace for Spain versus France in the Nations League last week, semi-finals.
Yeah.
Even in the semi-finals of the Champions League, he did almost everything he could to win it. Yes, the naivety.
He put the team on his back.
If he doesn't take that shot, if he doesn't take that shot, and he goes to the corner, then Inter don't score, so they're potentially in the final. But he's an attacking player. He wants to be a showman, so he takes a shot and you win some, you lose some. But the setbacks, he didn't win the Champions League. Obviously knocked out from that game. They didn't win the final, and Nuno Mendes. Some people say locked him up. Some people say locked him up.
Brother, he was shook. He was like a bully. Mendes was his bully. Like he kept on going back home. He did not want none. He even switched sides, bro. I watched that game. Yeah, that was the biggest night and day I've ever seen. That's a man that's watched someone else's tape and said, "You are not getting in here today. So you need to worry about me going that way, and I'm defending. I'm a defender, yeah? But you need to worry about me going beyond you." And every time Mendes went beyond him, it was problematic. There was nothing Yamal could do. Go on, bro.
No disrespect though, but fair play, but like Mendes is a good player. He locked up Salah in the Champions League as well, bros.
Yeah, but
he'd been
he got Saka as well in the second leg
again. But
yeah, he's done well. He's had a good season.
Saka did poke out with a goal though, so you know.
All right, cool.
You know what I mean?
You men are chatting about these youths, man.
What youths?
Saka and Salah. Listen, they're not in the same league as Yamal, bro. They're not.
No. Wait, hold on.
Salah's not in the same league as. Come on.
Well, he's not doing what Yamal was doing at 17. No, he's not. When Salah was 17, when Salah was 17, no, so they're not in the same league.
We're not talking about Salah.
Yamal's not peaked yet. Yeah, he's just emerging.
We get that he's emerging, but what we're saying is that like for this player to be locking up those players that are like seasoned professionals, then he can lock up a youngster in his what, second season?
Yeah, maybe.
Like Yamal, like for me, Yamal's one of the biggest breath of fresh airs in football because of the way that he plays freely, and it isn't like step overs for step overs' sake. It isn't like tricks and stuff like that. He's trying to do something with an end product. So, and it's exciting. He's trying to take the guy on. You know, he's gonna whip it back post.
Yeah, he's gonna create something.
I can't remember the game.
Is he the best player in the world right now, though? Is he the best player in the world right now, Yamal?
Ooh.
I think he could be, man. One of the most exciting players to.
So if he's the best player in the
I
world,
don't know. No, do you know why I say I don't know?
okay,
Because
is Dembele the best player in the world?
Dembele's had a very good season, bro. Like world class. Like honestly, if I'm gonna be honest to you, the Dembele that I saw for Barcelona, for PSG, sorry, is a different Dembele to that I saw in the National League for France. And again, I know I'm going to use Mbappe again, but I feel like when Mbappe, almost like the Cristiano effect, when their men are in the team, I feel like the other players can't flex. They can't do how they do. Like even like Vitinha didn't look as potent in the Portuguese side as he does for the PSG side. You could argue that right, them man, they have a long season together. The chemistry's very different.
It's a different style of football as well, though, isn't it?
Fair, bro. But at the same principle, when Dembele's getting the ball for France, he ain't doing the exact same thing, like driving, going to the line, taking it to the fullback. He wants to cut inside and give it. And I feel like I do feel like Dembele's like top right now.
Okay, so then, so in that regard, then is that even more detrimental to him because Yamal doesn't matter who's on the pitch. I'm doing what I'm doing.
Apart from against Portugal. Apart from
no, you're not getting the point. His mindset is I'm doing what I'm going to do because I'm the best. You're saying that Dembele's saying I can't do that.
No, I'm not saying that's what he's saying. I'm just saying he looks different. He looks like a different player. Just like
Yamal doesn't.
And no, but you're saying Yamal doesn't overall. But he met his match against Mendes and couldn't play his normal free.
But that can happen. But that can happen to anyone.
True.
That can happen to that can happen to anyone. Anyone can meet their match.
I feel, but for Spain though, Yamal is their main guy because of his current form. So everything goes through Yamal. They keep on trying to give him the ball, even though he don't want nothing to do with it. Whereas with Dembele, they're not really looking for him, even though he's the informed player in their squad. They keep on looking for Mbappe. So it's a little bit different. I understand what you're saying, but Dembele is not the focal point for France. Mbappe is. Everyone knows that. Whereas for Spain, Yamal is informed. So by rights, they're going to look for him to come and create something for them.
I don't think.
To be honest, he did have a couple of moments where he was clipping it back to the back post and wherever else. I think he might even have got an assist. If am I wrong? But I know he was part of one of their goals anyway. So at the end of the day, you can see that these boys are definitely game changers. But for me, Dembele's had by far the best season, like the best 25 to 20. 24 to 25.
Okay, right. So I'll counter that then with I'll skip number 3 on the list. I'll go to number 4 on the list with Raphinha.
His counterpart.
32 goals,
bro. 11 and
22 exactly 22 assists. For Barcelona, he outshone Yamal in that front. And it was crucial to their double. Tony Cruz even said that he was just decisive, which whatever that means. But he said it. But like Yamal, Champions League failure hurts. He tried everything in that game. I think he got a double in the semi-final. Should he not be looked at as equal because he had a fantastic season?
I think he was being touted as being the Ballon d'Or winner before they got knocked out. They were looking at it if Barcelona had beaten Inter, then they would have been looking at Raphinha for being the Ballon d'Or winner.
Really?
Yeah,
that's a surprise
he was killing it.
Because Raphinha was my Ballon d'Or guy, but my Ballon d'Or winner. To be honest, I said it like when I was watching what he was doing in Spain. I was like, this guy. Everyone's talking about Yamal, but they're not seeing what Raphinha is doing.
Do you know his numbers in the Champions League?
Brother.
13 goals, 9 assists in 14 games, bro.
That's
14 games.
Mental.
Overall, including Super Cups and Copa del Rey, he got 34 goals and 25 assists this season.
Yeah, that's proper. That's proper stats for me. That is proper. Like, you can see he's well-rounded as well because his assists are up there as well. Do you get what I'm saying?
Well, I think that the reason why it's going to go... I know it's a team sport and stuff like that, but I think it comes down to like in the clutch moments where like affecting your team to win in that moment. and that's why it's going to end up going to Dembele
Possible.
because well. I don't want to say.
The show's not over. I know. We all know that James has got a clutch. He's got a clutch for the show.
Hold on, 1 second. Because remember last season, I said Rodri.
Yeah, true. You did say Rodri.
I said Rodri, but I know that. Let's have it right.
I agree with you, though. To be fair,
who is it? Who said Vinny?
I agreed. I think it's this guy here said Vinny. This guy said Vinny.
I think. I do think that the Ballon d'Or is a political thing, and really there is an argument for the best player this season to have been Raphinha.
Yeah.
Okay, so you look at his numbers.
Oh God,
really, really good numbers, and we've got a dark horse out there in Mo Salah, wins the Premier League this season, 34 goals, same as Raphinha.
Yeah,
but 25. Free gets 25 assists. He gets 23 assists, and obviously he wasn't as prolific in the Champions League. So I'm not gonna.
And he got nowhere near the end as well.
He got free. Yeah, but he only got knocked out. He only because he got knocked out by the winners. You know, on penalties as well.
Yeah, but Raphinha
was on pens as well, bro.
Yeah, but Raphinha has got 13 goals in the Champions League in the UCL, and Salah has 3. He is not in the. He's not in the conversation, my guy.
He's had a great domestic season, James. And you got to think. You're talking about the 3 other guys have been involved in winning multiple cups.
Yes, bro.
Not
when you look at the stats here, one of them is sauce, and the other one is just salad. Standard salad, bro. Straight wash that and put that in the plate. Forget it. He's out of here, bro. Forget him. It's nice to say his name every now and again. I know that, James, but all he's getting is that golden boot, brother. He ain't getting no golden flipping nothing else.
Do you know what? Really and truly, you know what it is? I think that this year, where we have seen teams ball out, we've seen players ball out, and we've been starved of that for the last couple of seasons. Personally, I believe, and I called it before the Euros. In the Euros, refreshing to see like attacking free flowing football, and that's kind of carried on into this season, kind of outside of the Premier League, really. But you're seeing exciting players, and they're giving us like that feeling that we had about seeing the football that we're used to seeing. Agreed. So when we're seeing like when we're seeing Raphinha's or we're seeing Yamal's or we're seeing Dembele's, it's like a nostalgia type feeling. But if I think if Salah had a better European campaign, then there'd be more of an argument for him to be in the conversation.
I said you'd have an argument, but you'd have a couple of things against him. The first thing is that the last African to win the Ballon d'Or was in 1995, and that was George Weah. And we know what he was doing them times. He was balling out, running end to end in Italia and Serie A. So, he was doing bits. But you got to give credit where credit's due. Salah's had a very good season. And by his own, credit, they'll give him his own credit. He's got some good stats to back it up. So, yeah,
good stats. Fantastic stats, absolutely fantastic. Okay, so last bit: will voter psychology be an issue with people sitting there saying, "I know what Dembele did, but Yamal is 17. He's doing this at 17.
I know, man, but
he got to the final at 17. He carried Barcelona, big off Barcelona." Like, brother, even in terms of what do you call it, against Real Madrid, they won all 4 games. He smashed Clásicos. Is that gonna have an impact?
I think it will, because to be honest with you, the way that the media have been kind of really on this youth, I feel like that is gonna work against Dembele. I really do feel like everyone is going to be like, Yamal's been the best thing that we've seen since forever. But I feel that's more relative, don't get me wrong, to the big games and also his age. But I feel like Dembele, stats and what he has to show for it at the end of the season, he surpasses Yamal for me. Surpasses him. Everyone knew that Dembele had what he showed this season in his locker. He just wasn't showing it for one reason or another.
But does recency bias come into it though? When in terms of when France played Spain in the
National League,
the Nations League, yeah, Dembele wasn't as he wasn't as good as Yamal was, and Yamal balled out.
Yeah, I know, but he gets a lot of the ball though, cuz. This is what I was trying to say to you. I understand what you're saying, but like...
You gotta demand it though.
Bro, but who says he wasn't demanding the ball, bruv? Like you said to you, it's a different team, it's different tactics, innit? So if their focal point isn't Dembele, they're not giving him the ball as much, bro.
But
so when he gets it...
When Yamal gets it, what does he do with it, bruvs? He does fantastic stuff with the ball. He's not really wasting the ball, bruvs. All right.
He puts the sauce on the salad, bro.
You get me? So I think it's I don't know. I still think they're going to give it to Dembele simply because of the Champions League. But yeah, go on.
So Dembele deserves it.
If Yamal has won it,
Dembele deserves it. But I think Yamal's going to get it, bruv. I've just got that funny feeling. He's Messi's protege. Like, there's just so many things that are triggering for me that this guy is just going to get the plaudits when he ain't really done nothing.
Ain't done nothing.
What?
The man said ain't really done nothing.
Ain't really done nothing.
Hey, that was a slip. That was a slip.
Those numbers from a 17-year-old is something, bro.
No, that was a slip. I didn't mean like that. I mean like nothing in comparison to Dembele. No, I mean nothing in comparison to Dembele, if you let me finish.
Let me tell you this. If Garnacho had done what Yamal had done, you'd be telling me that Garnacho is going to win the Ballon d'Or and should be the Ballon d'Or winner.
Wrong guy.
Oh, Ahmad.
Wrong guy? Ahmad, yeah.
Maybe Ahmad.
If it was Ahmad, yeah.
Maybe Ahmad.
Exactly. So what are we doing here?
Okay, so to close it,
yep.
You think, Lamont, you think it's going to be Yamal?
I think it's been Yamal, but I believe Dembele deserves it.
Evan?
I think it's going to be Dembele.
And I don't have a clue. Thanks for watching, guys. This has been
Salah. That's it. You're out. That's it. Yeah, Salah. I'm not interested.
I'm not interested. No.
Wait. No.
You're going.
Who do you think should get it?
I think it should be Dembele. I think he's done everything. He didn't. If Yamal had won the Nations League, then Yamal can claim that.
Yeah.
But Dembele won everything. So rightly he should get it. So yeah, Dembele should get it.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to comment as well. Are we wrong? Are we right? Have your own debates on it. Should there be any dark horses? When I was looking at it, some people mentioned people like Vitinha, Kvaratskhelia, Mbappe, Doué was mentioned as well.
Bruno Fernandes
was not mentioned by anyone other than this Man United fan right here.
Wait.
Sorry.
Wait.
Force a habit.
What competition? Wait.
Oh, because he won the Nations League.
He won the Nations.
Won a trophy this season, bro.
Yeah, and he hit the post.
Okay.
And he hit the crossbar and scored a penalty, possibly. But yeah, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. Take it easy. Peace.
Please.
Peace.